So Adrian, I've always wanted to ask you this question. Why do you do what you do?
Well, this is quite a difficult one. Might be a bit emotional, but so why do I do what I do? So first of all, our work is focused on others to help them unlock their potential. And I want to positively impact 20,000 careers. So if going back to family there, if I impact 20,000 careers, I'll impact way more than 20,000 children. Now, unfortunately, this goes back to when I was 10, and unfortunately, my dad had a stroke when he was 50, and that had a huge impact for the worse on the whole of our family, economically, etc. And unfortunately, my dad never worked again until he passed away then in his 70s. So, fast forward then a few decades, I'm a headhunter in the City of London, and the skills you acquire as a headhunter means you know how to get a job for lots of people because you're getting hundreds. I have quite a big team. You're getting hundreds of jobs for hundreds of people every year. And suddenly you've got these two skills. One, this a strong felt compassion, and two, a skill set that can help people. And really that if you combine those two things together, it means we can future-proof careers and we can positively impact teams. So, and why am I in the payments space? Honestly, I feel at home. I feel at home in the payments ecosystem. I've worked in a number of different other markets like technology, because you can't do anything of significance in the payments ecosystem on your own, even if you're a huge bank. Yep. Because it's the four part. You've got to seek four wins because there's very little you can do, even if you're, as I say, a huge bank. So the skill you need to have in the payments industry, I think, is the emotional. You need to care. You need the emotional and mental dexterity to be able to one day, literally with the same person, be a competitor. The following day, you could be partners together. Next week, you could be vendors. And the third week, you could be introducing them to somebody because there's a bigger opportunity. That takes quite a special set of people. And I must be honest, most of the people, a very high percentage of the people in the payments ecosystem, they think about four wins. And ultimately try and think about how can we help others less successful, not less successful, but who haven't had the same advantages we have, and also try and take that forward. The other piece I love as well is the fact that they tend to embrace the opportunities rather than just say, oh, that's a challenge, why can't we? We tend to leave with a let's lean into that. But ultimately, for me, it's about seeking four wins. Very similar to yourself in terms of your abundant mindset. Why do we make all boats rise rather? And my saying is, I don't mind winning last as long as I win at some point. I hope 3 or 4 sets of other people are going to lead with that. And so why do I do what I do? It comes from a deep childhood, upset or trauma. But ultimately, I want to embrace that and realize I've got skills to help others.
Thank you for that, Adrian. I really like that. I mean, there's a couple of things that I'd love to pull out, which is one of them is by you positively impacting 20,000 people, it impacts their network of people. And so the multiplier effect goes from 20 to 100 to millions, right? And I think that's a great way of thinking of life. You had tragedy that drove you to actually saying that I really care and want to help others. And I mean, all of that every time I speak to you, and I know, of course, about the scenario and everything that happened. And I love your drive and how you want to make that happen. I also love 4 wins. Win, 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 win. Because why not, right? Yeah. Why not? And ultimately makes you feel good from what you do as an extra, and me as well.
Amazing.